Thank you, everybody, and good evening, everybody. Woo-hoo! My name is Maria Martinez, your Public Relations Manager. We are going to welcome a few additional people as they come in. But for now, friends, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, sit back because you are in for a treat. Peter Drucker, one of those management gurus who I have looked up to for a very long time, said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. Several months ago, Nick Patterson approached the district's leadership with a concept based on the American business reality show called Shark Tank. Any fans? Raise your hand if you're a fan of Shark Tank. The premise, simple. Give some of our very own District 84 members with entrepreneurial aspirations a platform. As a fan of the show, which I must admit I am, and having some experience as a coach and having dipped my toes in those entrepreneurial waters, of course, I went back to the trio and I pitched the idea, and they said yes. As they say, because we're here tonight, the rest is history. Before I introduce our MC this evening and a very special individual, please allow me a moment to recognize any dignitaries or special guests in our audience. So we have to do this rather quickly because we don't have a lot of time, but if you are a guest or a member at large, not a Toastmaster, please raise your hand. Let us see you so that we can welcome you. Welcome. Excited? Excellent. I see a few hands. Welcome, everybody. All right, how about club or area leaders? Anybody here? Raise your hand, let us know, or wave if you're on camera. We want to see you and say hello. Again, thank you and welcome for your support. Welcome again. How about division leaders, DEC members? Raise your hand. Yes, I see quite a few of you. Again, welcome. Excellent. Delighted to have you and to see you, colleagues. Anybody from outside of our district? Please help me. Somebody keep me honest because I don't see everybody right now. I think we might have a couple in the audience. I see some hands. Okay, welcome again. Anybody from Toastmasters International? We did invite a lot of people. If you are in any of those categories, welcome. I also want to say welcome to our leadership trio. Our club growth director, where are you? Vicky Goodman, wave, wave, wave. Thank you, Vicky. Our program quality director, Paula Suma, and they of course they all have additional positions because they're all elect. Let me pause and say thank you, Felicia Shorter, club growth director elect, part of this team this evening as well. Welcome. And before I introduce the MC, District Director Debbie Jo Londono, we're going to come back to you later this evening, but is there anything you want to say to welcome our audience?
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness. The first time I heard about this was December 12th, 2021. This project has been underway for many months. Maria and Nick have worked together, pulled together an amazing team, started meeting on a regular basis. Just so that you know, many hours of planning and teamwork have gone into bringing this most anticipated event of the year to District 84. It's truly been a labor of love by many passionate Toastmasters. We're very happy that you're here. Welcome and enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. We'll hear from Debbie again in just a little bit. Oh. So we're not seeing the right screen still?
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up.
Let me try that again.
Okay, just pause it for a second because I can't see everybody just yet, but I believe the incoming public relations manager, past district director, Mike McLean is in the house. Yes, everybody wave, say hello and welcome. And I think past Region 8 director, Dennis Woolrich had signed up to come in. I'm not sure if he's here, but he might be joining. So also a big hello and a big heart. to all of you who've supported this stream. Now, before I introduce the past district director, Pim Park. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I only see Sue, so I don't see everybody, but welcome and thank you all for leading the way and for setting the path for all of us to be here this evening. Now, in a second, I'm going to introduce our MC, but Sue, you have something to share first.
Let's try this again.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, and it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, the vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
Well, good evening. I am so glad you decided to attend Toast Tank. My name is Nicholas Patterson, and this event is just that. It's a dream of mine. My passion is to see people empowered to live the life they dreamed as a child or young adult, when wonder, inspiration, and passion knew no boundary. That was before self-imposed limits dictated self-built ceilings. Life can be rough. Those who've been part of my journey know that's the truth for me. At one point, as an entrepreneur, I started and worked with multi-million-dollar businesses, and I lost it all. And at one point, I lost my hope. But then Toastmasters and other special individuals came into my life, and my hope was restored. It was through the creation of an event like this, as vice president of education at a local club, that I saw people get to think about their dreams again. I saw them get to think about their passion, and that's how we find ourselves here this evening. Not only did that event empower others, it empowered me because I saw such value in the process. People may say I'm crazy or that I'm naive, but I truly believe we can change the world one dream at a time. The participants in the event you're about to witness are closer to doing that than ever before. They have spent the last several weeks visioning, dreaming, and questioning. They're tasked tonight with giving the best comprehensive overview of the business or organization they would like to have or expand. Having a 75-page business plan is great, but most people would fall asleep after the first 5 pages. Any entrepreneur should be able to give on command a 5 to 7 minute presentation. Hey, that's familiar, right? Where they're able to give a comprehensive, a cohesive overview of who they are, what they do, and where they're going to go, and how that adds value to others. That's what they're tasked with tonight, is showing how that can come true. Their dreams will come true. We wouldn't be here this evening without the diligence of many people who said yes to my vision. You've already heard from some of them. Dr. Maria Martinez has been the best mentor to me, and she is an amazing woman. She saw value in this event, and as you heard, she went to the trio. And those trio ladies, Debbie Jo Landana, Paula Suma, and Vicki Goodman, have believed in Toast Tank, and they believe in you as well. Kelly Boyd was part of this from its inception. Kathy Gorgonson, Dennis Tomlin, Sal Sharp, you're all amazing. Mark Guy. And it's amazing. Kelly and Sal were like bookends in this process. They have such ideas and creativity, and they helped construct what we're witnessing this evening. We also have Fred Bergeron, Edith Tinkins serving on the panel, in addition to this evening's mentors, Bob Costello, Richard Orr, John Morrow, Kathy Gorgonson, Will Hayes, and Dennis Tomlin. Our entrepreneurs who were willing to say, yes, it's time for my dream to come true, are Jenny Powell, Rita Palante, Deborah Burns, Kim Dabrowski, AP McIntosh, and John Costa. This evening, those entrepreneurs will be wowing us with a 5 to 7 minute presentation. Their mentors will be giving a 2 to 3 minute overview of their experience with the participant, as well as their thoughts for the participant's future. And then one panel member who has never worked with this entrepreneur before will give a 1 to 2 minute conversation on where they think the idea, the venture, the expansion should go, and they'll provide their insight from an unbiased perspective. And here's the thing, after that, the presentations will be over, but then your part comes in. You're going to vote for the person you thought was able to provide a viable presentation to us tonight, one that will succeed. Now, your friend may have invited you, but I encourage you to please vote for the person that has done the best job with explaining to you who they are, what they're doing, and where they're going. And is it realistic? You know, after all of that commences and you vote, we're going to give out door prizes, but you must be here this evening for the entire evening for those door prizes. They vary in size from $50 to $10, but there's a lot of them. And the main winner this evening, I do want to say, of the event gets 3 months with Dennis Tomlin, one of this evening's mentors. He's a coach. He's amazing. And he's going to be able to keep adding value to this dreamer who presents their dream tonight and wins. But you know, the winners here are every person who had participated, because that's the value. The value is in the process, whether you are able to claim Toast Tank champion tonight or not. The value is in what you have put into this. So thank you for being willing to do that. After that commences, Sal Sharp is going to lead us in an amazing question and answer session where you can ask questions to the panel. We want to help your dreams come true as well. Write down questions you would like to ask the panel during the presentations. And so at this time, I would like to go ahead and turn this meeting back over to Sue for any other additional Zoom instructions.
I know I did show this earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and show it once more for those who missed it. There are a few people who will be showing a PowerPoint along with them. So what happens when we spotlight and put the PowerPoint is you can't see the person. So to be able to get around that, there we go. you can resize your screen. Can everybody see what are you everybody seeing my PowerPoint, or are you seeing my people, my speakers? Okay, you can see. Okay, I see the singers. All right. So if you see it, what you'll see is the big comes up, big PowerPoint, teeny little speaker, excuse me. If you cover your cursor over that line and slide to the left, and then then the next slide will come up. The next slide that will come up will be to however you want it. Here's about 50-50. This is Earl, one of my coworkers and teammates. And so you can see 2 and 2, or if you want to see big Earl and teeny little however. So that is how you can reposition if need be, if they're showing it. And that's all I have, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to introduce Amanda Dodd, this evening's timer, but you're not going to see her. It's just going to be her screen. Please give her a round of applause. I would like at this time to make sure that any participants whatsoever, as a mentor, as a panel member, or as an entrepreneur, make sure that you have Amanda time. The timer, it should say a timer or 0 timer. Make sure you have her pinned so you can watch those cards for 5 to 7 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, or 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how you're speaking. And there she is. Thank you so much, Amanda Dodd. Well, up first tonight is one of my favorite people in the world, but no bias here, Miss Jenny Powell from Top of the Rock Toastmasters Club. It's her turn, and she's going to be great.
Wow. Thank you so much for that introduction, Nick. I am excited to be here. Good evening, everybody. I am here because I am so excited to introduce to you my vision for ESP Health and Wealth. ESP stands for Earn More, Save More, and Protect Your Money. And it's my job to help people with the #1 concern that most people have when they retire. Am I in jeopardy of outliving my money? We approach this on 3 corners of retirement planning. We talk about Medicare, we talk about long-term care, and we talk about protection and legacy. Now, why do we start with Medicare? Well, one reason is that the largest expense for people in retirement is their health expenses. And if people don't have the right plan, or they don't know what they're doing with that, it's really going to mess them up. And the second reason is because nobody can complicate a program like the federal government can. And so what I find very often is that I have clients who are on the wrong plan, and they don't even know it because they believed Joe Montana on television, and they said, I'll sign up with that guy. And then I help them. I educate them, and I give them their options, and I tell them, you know, what they can choose. And then they can select a plan that actually helps them keep the doctors that they like and gives them access to the medications that they need. Now, I am uniquely qualified, particularly when we start talking about medications, because I am a retired pharmacist. And I had interface with Medicare, not only from the retail pharmacy side, but I also worked for a nursing home company. And that brings us to the second leg of the retirement triangle, and that is long-term care and extended care. Over 70% of seniors are going to need extended care at some point. And when I'm talking long-term care, I'm not talking about a skilled care that it needs to be done by a nurse. I'm simply talking about someone who needs to help them with activities of daily living, like getting dressed and eating and transferring. These are things that Medicare does not pay for. And if you get into a nursing home, if you say you do have a qualifying event and you do get in, Medicare only pays for the first 100 days. And then after that, you're on your own. The average stay in a nursing home is a little over 2 years. In 2020, the average cost for a nursing home was $8,669 per month. And that was in Florida. In West Virginia, where I lived most of my adult life, it was over 11,000 per month. So I help people prepare for that eventuality, because sadly, if you don't, the answer is you're either going to have some form of insurance help you with that cost, or you're going to lose everything that you have worked so hard to attain in your life until you get to Medicaid. And Medicaid gets the cheapest beds and sometimes the cheapest care. And that's not what I want for any of my clients. I want my clients to have options. And so we'll move on to the third corner of our retirement, which is protection and legacy planning. And this is really at the heart of ESP Wealth and Health. When we talk about legacy and protection, the first thing that I do is I do a review, a complete review of insurance and retirement plans. And I'll find all sorts of things happening. I will find that a person has an underfunded plan. Well, if you have an underfunded life insurance plan, guess what? It's going to lapse because there's not enough money. When you're young, the cost of the insurance in the plan is very low. And as you get older, the cost of the insurance becomes a higher percentage. And if you don't have enough value in the plan, your insurance is going to lapse, probably closer to the time that you would need it. We want to make sure that we take care of our families. We want to take care of our spouses, our children, our grandchildren, our loved ones. Nobody that I have ever met really desires to have a GoFundMe page to bury them. And so I have an awful lot of products that I can offer to people to make sure that whatever we set up for them is a good fit. One of the reasons that I have that is that I have recently aligned with a company called AmeriLife. AmeriLife has been around for over 50 years. They are contracted with over 150 insurance carriers across the life and health insurance spectrum. And the reason that I aligned with AmeriLife is, as I said, I'm a retired pharmacist. I moved to Florida. Thank you. I moved to Florida a year ago and decided I just didn't want to be a pharmacist anymore. And I had a chance to recreate my life. And so I did. I got my insurance license, and it has taken me a year really to find my groove, to find the alliances that I wanted to be in, and the way you find those is by doing the wrong ones and then getting out of them and then finding the ones that you do want to be in. And I am at a point now where I am really ready for my business to take off. So my ask of the Toast Tank is for that business consultant package. I want help to focus and optimize my message, sharpen my sales skills, thank you, and so that I can build my book of business and help more people in the Jacksonville metro area. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your consideration. I welcome your feedback.
Thank you so much, Jenny Powell. And now then is Bob Costello, who was assigned to work with Jenny. And although they didn't connect as much as we had hoped, we want to go ahead and give them some time right now. He's going to give 2 to 3 minutes of feedback at this time for Jenny. Bob, you're up.
All right. I appreciate the opportunity today acting as your mentor. And I love it because you're building your book, which is great. I'm not from the Jacksonville area, but let's lock into your success series. Fortunately for you, I have been Series 7 and Series 6 insurance license and real estate license in the state of Florida. With that in mind, and also with securities, I look at your plans A, B, and C, as you refer to them as part 1, 2, and 3. The latter part being the most exemplary of this is your legacy program, which you say is the heart of the program. Yes, it is. Now, underfunding, is that because of the security stock firm that initially had the client wherever they may live, moving to Florida, then question them about whether they were in the right product? We go to risk tolerance. I did not hear risk tolerance within your conversation. However, it is a bottom line issue that, well, I would say that flows through the topic matter without being said. Then I also understand actuarial plans. Yes, and it is true. The rates of the elderly go up exorbitantly under those actuarial tables for those as they age out. It is unbelievable the amount of money that's needed. This is a good plan. It's a good idea. However, I was not told how AmeriLife actually plays out in the game plan. What is it you need? What is your basic inventory of product lines? You've mentioned AmeriLife as being one. I'm taking a look at your service, your ability to communicate, your ability to give the customer the idea or the plans about their risk tolerance, their health care, and the fading years where they need more money to sustain their lifestyle. I take a look at the business plan overall from its developmental stage, which is well past that because you're augmenting that. You're implementing it as we speak. I take a look at the demographics. You're in Florida. Well, it's heavily a retirement state, of course.
Green.
And then, of course, we have several birds from Canada coming down here. We call them the bluebirds. My question is this. I didn't hear or see in the particulars a quick synopsis of the financial needs that were given. I didn't understand where it was going to. I can understand who it was for and the reasons why behind it, but where is your objective? What is your point of view? Where is your strategy taking us, your new client, your person that sits with you? So I'm taking a look at the old concept of you're being licensed, you're already there, whether you have the county license for tax and corporations, et cetera, but we did not talk about the legal structure nor its demographics. That's an assumptive. In this case, we were talking about a healthcare environment, and we need more data on that. But outside of that, I thought the presentation was delightful. It was informative, but just not too detailed. I need more. So
Red.
before we go and before we find this and fund it, take it back to you.
Thank you so much, Bob. And as you all see, we are running over in time, so we're going to make a little bit of a modification here, and we're going to go right into our second presentation this evening with Rita Pilate. If you would, please welcome Rita.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome, Toastmasters and guests. Three short, three long, three short. SOS. Just imagine you're on vacation in an exotic island. You just got your pilot's license, so you decide to take a solo flight out over the ocean. 20 minutes after takeoff, all you can see is the blue sky and the even bluer ocean below. Suddenly you hear something. Something's wrong. Before you know it, the engine's gone and you're in a tailspin. Next thing you know, you wake up clinging to the wreckage. You find yourself in the middle of the ocean, no lifeboat, no cell phone. You probably couldn't get a signal anyway, but you haven't got it. So what are you going to do? Have you ever felt that SOS kind of fear? Where you're out in what seems like an endless ocean with what seems like no possibilities? Many of us have. But rest assured, there's help on the way. Have you got a big problem to solve or a big dream that you want to achieve? Then look no further than Profits Plus Coaching. Hi, I'm Rita Pilate, CEO of Profits Plus Coaching, and I've been helping individuals, businesses, and organizations to grow for over 20 years. Your business is unique and deserves its own custom plan, not some cookie cutter out of the box program. Our Profits Plus coaching packages provide access to your very own team of world-class coaches, consultants, experts, customized to fit your unique needs. They're thoroughly vetted and dedicated to helping you turn complex problems into simple solutions. You get real results in record-breaking time, and you propel your profits to new heights. Plus, you have a positive impact on your community, the planet, and ultimately the world. Wait a minute, what's that I spy on the horizon? Could that possibly be an island? Yeah, it is. And on there and beyond, there's a thick jungle with a mountain, with a space on top where I could signal for help. Now, how can I get there? You're going to need a great strategic plan to get past those sharks. Let me tell you, it's got to be great. And if you had an aerial view, you know that that jungle is like a maze and you could get lost forever. But what if you had a map that would get you to the other side as fast as possible? And once you get to climbing the mountain, you're going to need equipment. You're going to need climbing lessons, unless you're a professional rock climber, and you're going to need tons of encouragement just to get to the top. It'll be a long journey, and you'll need food along the way. But how are you going to know which of those berries out there are safe to eat and which are poisonous? Well, Profits Plus Coaching provides you with situational analysis, need gap analysis, and helps you to develop your strategic action plan, your roadmap to success, and empower and equip you for your journey, no matter where you're going, even if it's to a mountain on an exotic island. Our innovative business model lets you receive customized assessments and get top advisors, consultants, and certified coaches, all with the accountability, resources, and everything you need for success, plus the metrics to measure your success along the way. Still climbing, still climbing, still climbing. Wow, can you believe it? You're halfway up the mountain. You breathe in what feels like imminent success. What's that I hear? There are people calling to you from the base of the mountain. You can't speak their language, but you know they're exactly where you were not too long ago. Could you possibly rise together? Our multilingual Profits Plus network includes team building and leadership experts focused on getting you to win, win, win. Your business gets a great return on its investment, you and your employees grow, and you connect and contribute to your community. That's what we call our triple crown solution, triple win. Profits Plus Coaching invites all clients to participate in our community impact projects, our mastermind and mentorship programs for underserved communities. We hold sponsored events that offer visibility and signage and promotional campaigns. And we do and believe and walk the walk. We contribute at least 10% of our profits to our charitable partners, making our big, better world a better place for everyone. We have a women-led leadership team that understands the unique challenges that women have in the corporate and business world. And we help them to navigate those. We pride ourselves on being a diverse community where BIPOC businesses are championed. We know freedom isn't free, and we honor and highlight veterans and veteran-owned businesses. Join hands now in partnership with Profits Plus Coaching, and let's get your business, your team, and your communities that you serve to the very top. And my ask for the Toast Tank is to help me to develop a pitch for the clients that I was just
Red.
developing.
Rita Pilot, great job. Awesome. And now then, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Richard Orr, who's been working with Rita all these weeks. Let's hear his feedback today. And remember, if you've got questions, go ahead and send them to one panel discussion so that in that time after our meeting, you can be asking questions and getting some answers. Richard, take it away, sir.
Well, thank you, Nick, and thank you everybody for attending, and especially Rita. What a wonderful presentation that you gave us about your business of Profits Plus. And I liked how you shared with us exactly what Profit Plus and how you came about the name. And I think that's very apropos for your business. And I like the fact that you're trying to pair individuals with people needing coaches or mentors along their journey of starting a new career or a new work. And that's where it's, for me, I think it's too broad for because I think that you're throwing a really wide net and not really focusing your business down on like one particular group of people. And I think that becomes very important, whether it's going to be the professional starting a business or the a community-based organization. So that when you start up, that you really have a focus that you're really directed on. And then one of the things that you talked to me about a little bit is how you're going to create that plethora of coaches that you can refer to other people. And I think that's going to be the one thing that you're really going to have to work very hard on, because there's a lot of companies out there that have coaching services already that you would have to figure out how you're going to excel over them. I really did like the whole analogy of you're almost like you're crash landed and you're trying to figure out how to navigate this new world for you, for somebody else. And so very good job. I think that we're back to, I think you need to hone it down a little bit to exactly what group of people that you're going to service, and then how you're going to connect them with those mentors. Outside of that, I think this was a wonderful presentation and great job.
Thank you so much, Richard. And at this time, I want to go ahead and move on to Deborah Burns. What an inspiration this woman is. Go ahead and welcome Deborah Burns.
Do you feel like you have been searching to find your purpose throughout your life? And once you find your purpose, do you feel like you're not equipped to accomplish it? Over the past 30 years of doing ministry, I have met women of all ages who struggle to find a way to serve God in a variety of different ways that they want to. They're overcome with the limitations of this world. This is the problem that I'm determined to help solve. Hi, I'm Deborah Burns. I'm the president and founder of Bloom with Deb. Bloom stands for Biblically Living Out Our Mission. That's what we're all about. We started a community group here in Jacksonville in 2018, and we now have over 456 women involved. The goal of Bloom is to train and equip women to start Bloom community groups wherever they live, and we provide the curriculum for those groups and Bible studies. We want to see a Bloom community group on every college campus, in every city, in every country. Wouldn't that be exciting? Oh, I'm so excited to share this with you, but let me give you some background on who I am and why I feel called to train and equip the next generation of leaders. When I was 22 years old, I started working in student ministry, which included working on public school campuses, helping teenagers, speaking at youth conferences, and leading mission trips. After a few years, they invited me to start training new staff for this Christian organization. A few years later, I worked at a crisis pregnancy center for 7 years as their client service director in order to help train lay volunteer counselors to help women facing an unplanned pregnancy. That was an incredible experience in Central Florida that I got to do that. For the past 9 years, I've been the community care pastor for our local church, training and equipping volunteers to lead their own small groups. That is why I feel God is calling me to continue training and equipping this next generation. I was inspired to start Bloom because of an intern I had. Her name was Cassie. She was a college student and came one summer to work with me in student ministry. Cassie was like a sponge, soaking up everything I could teach her about youth ministry. I remember we had conversations about the struggle young women had to find places to serve God. I remember her saying that she felt they only had two options: marry a pastor or become a missionary in Timbuktu. Fast forward a few years later, and Cassie found her place. She became a children's director at a church in Kissimmee, Florida, which is right outside Orlando. While Cassie was serving in her church, she started a Bloom group on Sunday nights for her peers to study the Bible together. One night afterwards, they decided to go for ice cream. On her way to the ice cream shop, Cassie was hit by a distracted driver. She suffered some brain injuries from that accident. Her husband, Richard, at the time was a medical student. He was working in the ER. When he saw on the monitor that a patient was coming in with a brain injury, he knew how serious this was going to be because just that week in class, they had talked about traumatic brain injuries. When the ambulance arrived and he saw that the patient was his wife, Cassie, he called out to the team and said, "That's my wife you're working on." Unfortunately, Cassie passed away at the wreck. She was an organ donor, and she was able, because of her life and her death, she was able to help many people. She was an inspiration to many of us. At the funeral, I was able to meet Cassie's friends who were with her that last night at her Bloom Bible study. I asked the girls, first I said, we need to start a Bloom in Jax. And they were like, yes. And I asked them, could I start one? They said, yes, definitely. So a few weeks later in my dining room, I invited girls over and we started Bloom in Jax in 2018 with just 6 girls sitting around the dining room table. And from that study 4 years ago, we have written curriculum. I published a book called Learning to Bloom to help women of all ages continue their spiritual journey. Richard, her husband, even wrote the foreword to the book. And it is being used in several different states around the country now. I wanted to share with you that since we published the book, it is hit home because I've included stories from other women who are biblically living out their mission. Some are missionaries, but some are teachers, nurses, authors, singers, dancers even, wives and mothers who are all living on mission, serving God in a variety of different ways. It is so exciting to see, and I just wanted to share with you that these Christian principles that are in the book encourage, equip, and inspire women through using the Word of God and real life examples. Now, there are 3 ways to become a member with Bloom and Deb. Bliss, Blossom, and Bloom are the 3 levels. Bliss is the weekly email that includes a YouTube video with lessons and interviews from women who are living on mission. The second level is Blossom. That is the leaders training meeting that's once a month. We do it online and we do it locally here in Jacksonville. The third level is Bloom. This is our annual retreats where all of the Bloom leaders and participants come together from around the country to get encouraged and equipped to hear each other's stories on how we are biblically living out our mission. We are making a difference, and we are so excited to encourage other women to live on mission in whatever purpose and whatever gifts God has given them to do. So won't you join us in biblically living out our mission together?
Wow, what a presentation from Deborah Burns. And she's been working diligently with distinguished Toastmaster John Morrow. Let's go ahead and hear from John now.
Thank you very much, Nick. And thank you, Deborah. It has been a pleasure working with you. And I want to, first of all, make a point that there are always things that we can point out for improvement. And I'll talk about a handful of those that I noticed, but I cannot get over the fact that you have so much that I resonate with. You have, for example, shared values. We are somewhat like-minded in our faith-based beliefs. You have a laser focus that you've derived. You believe in a selfless service mindset. And I know that with your program, based upon the curriculum and what you've described to us tonight, you have definitely a results-driven desire. I want to point out to everybody that's listening tonight that what Deborah presented here was the quintessential example of an organizational plan that teaches communications and leadership. When she said those words, we encourage, equip, and inspire, think about that three-pronged piece that she was talking about. Deborah, you described Bliss as the communications track by way of written emails. Then you talked about Blossom, which is the track that teaches the preparation, development, and training and equipping of women to do the very same thing that you're called to do. And then bringing everybody together in an inspirational opportunity through retreats annually that allow them to share their successes as well as talk about issues and grow and become better equipped. That's what I call a great call to action for women who would be looking for something like this. You clearly had vision, mission, purpose, and you stated the results that would come through this program. And of course, your acronym, Bloom, Biblically Living Out Our Mission,
Green.
Was fantastic. I loved it. So let me share with you two things that I noticed. And I'm going to chalk them up to nerves because I could tell working with you that you prepared, you practiced, you did a lot of rewriting, and then you did a lot of standing in front of the mirror. And in some cases, you stood on Zoom in front of me and took my feedback. Tonight, you did a good job of keeping eye contact with the camera, but every now and then you had to glance to take a look at your notes. In addition to that, because you had to look at your notes, there were a couple of little bumps when you were trying to transition from place to place. You've got an excellent piece, and what I want you to do is keep working on it the way it is. It was well put together in three parts, and you definitely had a call to action. All I can say is that women have a great opportunity thanks to someone with a heart like you and the experience that you possess. Congratulations.
What valuable feedback you just gave, John Morrow. Thank you so much. What value there. And up next, I'll tell you, this person here came in at the last minute. I'm just going to put that out there. She was willing to step up. She was one of our people that was in reserve. And when somebody said, hey, I can't do this, she stepped up. So kudos to Kim Dombrowski, our next participant. Thank you so much. And here you go.
Give me a second here.
Kim, are you on? I don't see you anymore.
You don't see me anymore?
Okay, 1 second.
We can see you. We can see you.
I'm on.
Oh, there you are. Duh. Sorry about that. There you are. Let me.
Okay, I'm just looking to share my screen and it says disabled. So
Security.
That's
share
what I'm
screen.
waiting
Oh,
on.
there we go. Well, hold on. My fault. Okay, it's been my fault. It was I misunderstood it. Go ahead and try that now, Kim. That was. Can you share now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Can everybody see my screen? Good. Good
Yes.
evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Good evening and welcome. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. If you all know, I'm Kim Dombrowski and my product is Tupperware. As you know, Tupperware has been around since 1947. It was developed after the war by Mr. Tupper, and it's introduced by a lady by the name of Brownie Wise, and she sold it in living rooms across the country. You might ask why I'm embarking on this journey to sell something that some consider so expensive, when you can go to the dollar store and buy a bowl for $1.25. First, a little bit about me. You might ask why I'm embarking on this journey to sell something that some consider expensive. But again, I have 30 years experience as a nurse and a paramedic, and I'm getting so close to retirement, so close, that I want to continue my service to people by extending and supplementing my income. Synchronicity would have it, in January of this year, I attended my first ever Tupperware party. It was hosted by a colleague on Facebook. Of course, I was already aware of this product. Who hasn't heard of Tupperware? Who hasn't heard of Tupperware? How many of you have inherited a piece or a set of Tupperware from your grandma or your mom? I do. I have this green strainer that was passed down from my grandma, and I have it today, and it is still as in good a shape as you see on the screen. I stated before, I was looking to supplement something, so I questioned my hostess, which I met after this party. I questioned her on different aspects of selling the Tupperware. She was very forthcoming on how to start my journey, but I still wasn't 100% sold on the idea. So I did what everybody else would do. I Googled Tupperware, and I found both the negative and the positive aspects of this business. I did some more research, and I was convinced that this is something that I would like to get into. I really believe in these products. They are useful from the cradle to grandma, as well as the busy individual. But what makes Tupperware so special? Tupperware is guaranteed for life. There is an exclusion that Tupperware just put out recently, that there is a limited lifetime warranty where Tupperware brands are warranted by Tupperware against chipping, cracking, breaking, and peeling under normal commercial use for the lifetime of the product. Does any of you have this other plethora of single-use plasticware that offers that kind of guarantee? Tupperware does. Also, our products are BPA free. Today, this iconic brand has more than 8,500 functional design and utility patents, which are solution-oriented for the kitchen and home products. We are always coming out with new and innovative products to make your life easier and more productive. Tupperware has also won 300 design awards from across the world. Awards include German Design Council, the Chicago Athenaeum, and Industry Forum Design, and its original products have been featured in MoMAs from the Fast Company. I'm sure everybody has heard of the Fast Company of Innovation by Design. They've got awards for the Company of the Year and Best Design in North America for the pond system, which you'll see right here. The pond system is used in outer space on the space station by the astronauts so they can grow plants to sustain their food. They can actually grow live lettuce and whatnot. In 2020, Tupperware joined forces with the National Park Service to focus on waste reduction. Through Tupperware and the National Park Foundation partnership, this is a quote from Tupperware, in support of the National Park Service, 10 million, that's 10 million single-use plastic bottles will be diverted from landfills annually through the installation of water bottle refill stations in national parks, while enhancing infrastructure and education to support recycling in the parks. One eco-friendly bottle, that's one bottle, takes the place of 30 of those throwaway plastic bottles. Just remember, all of that plastic waste you see on the beach and in your parks will soon become a thing of the past. There's the national park. So, why do I want to become a Tupperware lady? Why? I'm passionate about this product. I'm aware of some of the negative issues that have been surrounding this product, but I'm also confident that it is the right thing for me. At first, it was just an idea to supplement my income, but having done the research, I have come to realize that I could become a part of the solution.
Yellow.
And in environmental changes. I'll leave you with this quote that says, "The happiest people I know are those who lose themselves in the service of others." Thank you for coming to my Tupperware party.
Thanks for inviting us to your Tupperware party, Miss Kim Dombrowski. Wonderful job. And thank you so much for all of your hard work and diligence at the last minute. We're going to invite Kathy Gorgonson now to come on up and give her feedback. She's amazing. One of my favorite people throughout this entire process. Go on, Kathy.
Thank you very much for that very wonderful introduction. And Kim, thank you, thank you. Her and I am so proud right now. I can hardly speak, as you can see. Like Nick said, she came in literally at the 11th hour, and we scrambled to put this together. There were a couple of nights we were up until 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was right there with me. But just as a little background, I was thinking in the beginning, Tupperware, no, you've got to be kidding. Who wants to go into Tupperware? I did some research. And like I said, this was the first night that we were together, or Zooming together. So I was throwing out all of these.
I'm good.
Oh, good? Oh, sorry.
Yes, sorry about that.
Not a problem. But anyway, I was throwing out all of these things I was finding from the stock market, from YouTube videos. Oh, it's this kind of a product and it's plastic. And so she was reading these. She was literally reading these and listening to every single thing I sent. And so that night or that morning, I said, okay, text me in the morning if you still want to do this, if you still want to pursue this financial gain and way to supplement your income. Her response was, yep. And so off we went. And so until that time, until this morning, until just a few minutes ago, in fact, until we started here, we were working on this speech. And I am so proud she was able to show me that it is a sustainable product. They're going in with the Tupperware, and the national parks are going in together We are going to save so much of our environment and our climate through this relationship. And Tupperware's in space. How many products are going into space? Okay, Tesla has a car up there, but I'm talking about Tupperware. And I have to say, I am a convert. I do have a couple of things in the cabinets from Tupperware that my mom gave me. But the only thing that I would say is just more practice. It's really, since she came in at the last minute, I even hate to say that as something to grow, because she has taught me so much. She has taught me tenacity. Today she was sitting in front of a client's house for 3 hours waiting for him to come home. He cancels on her, and we're on the phone practicing this speech. So kudos to you. I think it's a great product, and I really admire your perseverance and your tenacity to go forward with this. And I'm your customer. Kim, congratulations, and thank you for letting me share along with this journey. Nick?
Thank you so much for that positive evaluation, but also for that intrinsic value that you put into her. It's been such a cohesive relationship. I love it. And I am proud of both of you for your role in Toast Tank. Next up tonight, we've got a dynamic duo. Andrew Paul, AP McIntosh, you're on, sir.
All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guest, and welcome to Toast Tank. I have a question, just a quick show of hands. How many of you know of somebody that is a pre-med in university right now? Show of hands. Okay, all right, pretty sizable number of you guys. This presentation is for them, and this presentation is also for you as well. Now, let me ask you guys another question, and I want you to chew on this for a little bit. What happens when 3 college guys and an MD get together, have a dream, and make it happen? Well, folks, in 2020, the year of the pandemic, the year that changed all of our lives, that's exactly what happened. You see, I work with 2 co-founders, both of them are here in the audience tonight, Pete Rutherford-Shukes and William Kelly. And we decided to put our heads together to create our application called King of the Curve. One of the main drivers of creating this MCAT-focused study tool is a little thing I like to call the wallet. Test prep materials to study for the medical college admissions test, the one medical test that you need to pass if you want to get into a top-tier medical school in the United States and Canada, are expensive. You can easily shell out a couple $100, a couple $1,000 on books, question banks, online courses that, PS, spoiler, not everybody finishes, by the way. You need a thick wallet in the test prep world just to make it. But we said, no more. If we could remove even one barrier to the process of becoming, from the pipeline, from matriculating from a pre-med to a medical student, we're going to do it because it's worthwhile. It is not just focusing on pre-med, mind you. These are our future doctors. These are the people that will be taking care of us, that will be the next leaders in the healthcare space in society, which is why it is our mission, our pride, our joy to help turn student stress over how to pay for these things into student success, where we have students saying, yes, I got into medical school. Yes, I'm where I want to be, and I get to make the impact in the healthcare space. That is what we live for. But let me tell you a little bit about us, about what we do. So far, since we launched our first version of this app in October 2020, To date, we have over 1,500 paying subscribers. We have across our social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok, we have over 80,000 followers. Each month, month after month, we've shown a 67% increase in user growth. And also, we have amassed 60K downloads in under 2 years, mind you. And also, to add on to that fact, we spend very little in paid advertisements. This is predominantly organic marketing making this happen, ladies and gentlemen. It is pre-meds seeing the value in our product and saying, yes, I want to be a part of King of the Curve. I want to experience that success. So let me explain a little bit about how we work as a business model, right? The nuts and bolts, if you will. So our model is based off of a freedom and trial model, right? So let's say you are a user into the app and you want to give it a try for the first time, but don't want to pay just yet. You have access to a free trial in which after that you have the option to pick a subscription package that works best for you. Now, for students that are planning to take the medical college admissions test, or as I said before, the MCAT, the average study time is about 3 to 6 months. And folks, if you know a pre-med that is studying to take the MCAT, you understand pretty well that is almost a full-time job in terms of reviewing flashcards, question banks, taking practice tests. You want to make sure you're choosing right, and you want to make sure you're giving yourself plenty of time to ace this examination. What we've noticed based on our data and research is that 62% of our users convert from free trial to paid subscriptions. We have over 69% retention rate. People coming back to our product day after day, week after week, and month after month. We even have high schoolers, seniors that are not even in college yet, not even officially declared pre-meds that are coming in using our product because they see the value therein. Upon reaching 1 million downloads, which what we project to be, we will be projected to have raised $8.64 million in revenue. This is only for a startup, ladies and gentlemen. It's only been in existence for only under 2 years, mind you. So really, what do we dream of? What is our goal? What is the future looking at out there, right? We want to expand. We don't want to just stay in the medical college admissions test. We want to expand to other test prep areas to serve other markets as well. We want to be able to create adaptive courses so that students can go in and with advanced algorithm technology, be able to study in a way that is efficient, engaging, and evolving. We want to be able to expand our team at King of the Curve so we can produce higher quality content that evolves with the needs of the test because, as you all know, tests don't stay stagnant. These tests change, content changes, requirement changes, and we want to make sure that we're changing along with them to serve our students the best. And we also want to come up with new ways to engage and adapt for our students because let's face it, guys, the market is not the same. The market evolves with time and needs and demands, and we strive, we aim to adapt along with our students so we can serve them the best. So ladies and gentlemen, the Toast Tank community, what we ask for is mentorship. What we ask for is coaching. What we ask for is to help take King of the Curve from here to here. It's not just for our edification. It's for the pre-meds, the nurses, our future healthcare students, and our future leaders of tomorrow. Will you please help us support this mission today? Thank you.
Outstanding job, AP. And he is being mentored by one of my dearest friends in Toastmasters. He's been an inspiration to me for years. His name is Will Hayes, and here he is.
Can everybody hear me? 1 2 1 2. Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, great job, Andrew. I'm listening to all of the presentations. And I have to ask myself a few questions. One, okay, are you offering a product or service? Because this is business. Are you offering a product or service? And you're offering a product. And you went through how that product works. Okay, great job. What I like about it, very little overhead because it's electronic. It's an electronic product you download on your phone. So there's nothing for you really to ship out. If you're looking at profit, which is the only reason why anybody will want to go into business. The purpose of any business is to make a profit. Cut and dry. If you want to do it for the love of medicine or for the love of fresh foods or for the love of God, then you can always volunteer that information. You don't need Toast Tank for that. But when we're talking about business, making profit, I like your plan. I like your idea. It's very solid. I like how you put things out. Overhead low, product electronic. There's no shipping. You went through the stats as far as how many people are on the various social media platforms and how many people are buying and purchasing. And then you have where you can get it for free. We can test it out. And then I could pick a package that's right for me. But a few things you want to put in your presentation is that you're partnering with some doctors and other people in expertise areas so that you have a wealth of information so that this is what all this information everybody's reading, this is what it's based on. One thing that you also need to include in that, my opinion, what is the success rate so far? You talk about the people that convert over and you talk about how many people are involved in it. The people that have subscriptions, what is the success rate? The success rate of them passing the MCAT?
Green.
So that's if you have that, then and when you come out with your presentation, problem, solution, hope. Every advertisement falls that way. What's the problem? Do you make French fries and it's too much grease, and then here's this Vegemite cuts julienne fries, and you can do all these great things with it. Everything is problem, solution, hope. So when you come out with the problem, people studying, people failing, how much money's lost in taking these exams, how much time is lost, how many people are failing. Solution, this is what we have. Hope, this is what our product has done so far, and we're going to expand these other areas. There is a place for you inside of this world. It's a simple marketing formula, and with what you have, the product that you have, and the platform that you have, man, you have nothing but success in front of you. Just go and get that package together as far as be concise, be clear, concise, and bam, go make that money, kid. You're good. Nick, back to you.
Thank you so much, Will, for that encouraging evaluation and support of AP. And again, wonderful job to everyone so far. Don't forget, if you've got any questions along the way, be sending those to One Panel Discussion, probably third on your list of contacts at the top to chat with. Go ahead and be sending Ms. Sal your questions. And last, but certainly not least, we've got someone that has been experiencing a power outage, and he is here with only diligence. His name is John Costa, and I want to introduce him right now. Mr. John, who's being shown to us with a flashlight tonight because he is dedicated to being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to open by asking you to think back on a time when you were in sort of a panic moment, not knowing what to do. I actually lived that tonight. Nick, you were giving your introductions and we were getting ready to go into the first speaker, and things flashed, and then my entire house went black. And I texted, I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? I ended up connecting up the phone, hooked it up to the laptop. I found a flashlight that I could tape to my laptop, so I'm lit up by that. Backgrounds are working, and the slides are working. What I've got for you tonight is an introduction to my company, Republic, the future of learning. And really our main focus is to get knowledge and information into people's hands when and where they need it. So they never, ever have to experience what I went through tonight, the anguish and that angst of thinking, what am I going to do? Republic, it's all in the name. The re is for reuse, repurpose, redistribute, republish. And the IT is in an interactive technology platform. A little bit of history about myself. I came up through the publishing industry and the printing industry as the guy that made everything tech, made everything electronic. First to use digital cameras and test them out. First guy to test the Kindle out before it was even named. It didn't have a name yet. We created the materials to put on that. And in doing so, I was able to experience really a revelation that we can learn so much better from all these different media types. My team is put together of people from all different acumens. We've got professors, I've got broadcast executives on the team, I've got graphic designers that publish textbooks. I come from a technology background as well, but we are all agents of change. What we've done for our careers is taken things that were done a certain way and we've improved upon it and changed it and then coached people through that change. Our board is full of the same type of people. We've got experts in artificial intelligence. We've got some of the first people that worked on e-learning and created those initial standards and structures on our team. The real team is what's behind the scenes. I've got a team of about 20 to 30 people as an extended group serving all different functions like creative and production and programming here in Central Florida. Then I've got an offshore production team as well, half in Pune, India, and half in Chennai. What problems do we solve for our markets? Knowledge, remote knowledge. We experienced this during this whole COVID shutdown. You had to get information out to everybody in any format they could possibly take it in. And that information is expensive to create and build like that. Republic uses the best of the best technology that we've developed over the years for digital magazines, digital books, web stuff, and combine that together to make an easy platform to solve those problems. Another problem, and think of this, you've sent out information to people in the past, and then it goes kind of into an abyss. It's like it's going into a black hole. Everything goes in, nothing comes back out. You don't know if somebody read it, looked at it. Republic lets you put those PDFs and all of your materials into a platform that are going to report back to you continuously throughout the life of that material and let you update it so you know that everybody's always got the latest versions. Who are our markets? We market to anybody that's creating content, to be quite honest. If you've got material that you have to get into someone's hands to help them do a job, do a task, sell a product, Republic can assist with that. Our main targets are the trainers, managers, sales teams, but the true benefactors of it are the employees of those companies. What inspired us? We actually get a lot of inspiration from Hollywood, to be quite honest. Science fiction and Harry Potter. One of my sales executives always refers back to Harry Potter's the newspaper that they distribute as a way to describe what Republic is. It's a living, breathing document. It's the future of learning, our colleagues at Baylor University call us. It's a digital transformation. We're taking material that was kind of static in the past. We're making it visually engaging, interactive, getting it onto any device, any language, anywhere it needs to go. It's a simple process of pushing plain documents in and then applying extra stuff. You curate and assemble your material, and you drop videos or quizzes or audio onto that. Let's take a look at something we created for Toastmasters when we had to transition to online meetings because of COVID. And look how easy it is to create this. I want to make a new link. I want to drop a video in here. So I just draw a little box. I go up there and I say, oh, this box is going to be a video. I select the video that I want it to play. I pick a button and I preview it. That looks all right, and it works. Pops the video open, but you know what? That's too low. I don't like it like that. I want to move that. So I'm going to take this now, drag it up to the right.
Yellow.
Try it again. And there we go. We've got a button. We just, as easily as 30 seconds, dropped a video into one of our books. We share and manage all this material on any devices. We take special attention to mobile because everybody's got a cell phone now. We even have an Alexa reader in the system to read the content to you. Sales and subscriptions to sell your materials online. Not a stitch of code is necessary. You just enter a price, hit save, hit publish, and now you've got a document up online with a price on it, connected to PayPal, connected to credit cards. Our traction to date, we're in 162 countries, 610,000 users. That 5.7 million hours equates to about almost 600 years of learning that has happened in the last 3 years on Republic. Our client base has won a lot of awards on the platform. Our business model is a subscription, and we sell professional services along with that subscription to help you publish materials. Our ongoing focus is self-service content creator. That's where we want to get to. We want to let people serve themselves as a growth strategy. And we're asking for about $750,000 in seed or co-founder investment. And with that, we're going to get chief technology officer and revenue officer positions filled, redo our data portal and website to manage that self-service. Shape your future with Republic. I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you,
Back to you.
John. Thank you so much. Amazing job. And that does show, as Debbie Jo says, tenacity. You are the epitome of tenacity this evening, and we thank you. He has been working closely with one of the most influential members of the Toast Tank team. His name is Dennis Tomlin, and I'm here to welcome him right now. Thank you so much, Dennis, for your participation. Can't wait to hear what you have for John.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank everyone for joining us tonight. I'm a big college football fan. I love trash talking. And I've been smacking talk with all of the other mentors along the way in telling them that we were going to take it home. But, you know, no matter who wins the ultimate prize tonight, there's not a single loser that's come on board. Every one of these projects are worthy for going and passing the test of Toast Tank tonight. When I got to know John, I came on board not knowing anything about his product. I was told that he was wanting to open up a publisher. So I was thinking, well, I used to own a print store. I can relate with John. We can talk with the same kind of language. But what I learned was, it made me think of an old Whitney Houston song when she sang about the children are our future. If we're going to educate our children, we have to know how to reach them. We have to know how to touch them. And we have to admit, our children today learn different than we did. Their attention spans are that of a gnat. You know, they're here, they're there, and they're playing something, they're listening to something else, and they're reading something else. Who of us can't relate to a grandchild or one of our children that is watching TV, studying, and texting all at the same time? Well, that's what Republic does. Republic reaches those audience members that learn differently than we once did. it brings in video. It can bring in YouTube or original content. It can bring in the text so they can read alongside. And who wouldn't have wanted, when we were learning about the Wright brothers flying their first flight at Kitty Hawk, to have heard the Wright brothers talking and the airplane taking off.
Green.
And as it's leaving the end of Kitty Hawk for the very first time. Who wouldn't have wanted to, during the Civil Rights Movement, to have read the words of I Had a Dream speech and saw Martin Luther King Jr. as he gave that incredible passion-filled speech. So to read it, to see it, to hear it, all at the same time, that's how we're going to reach our children as they're learning on computers more than we ever thought possible back in the day.
Yellow.
And now we've done one step further with Republic. Republic not only reaches the audio-visual and reading capacity, but it makes it easier for content creators to be able to create all of that in one place. So with Republic, he's ready to take the future and make it possible today. He's already proven that it works.
Red.
He just needs your support to make it work that much further. Thank you, John, for this opportunity. Thank you, Nick. Everybody, good luck. God bless.
Thank you so much, Dennis Tomlin. And now we're going over on time just a little bit, so we've made some modifications. It's that time you have been waiting for, as all of our entrepreneurs have given their presentation. Would you please give one more round of applause for Jenny Powell, Rita Pilot, Deborah Burns, Kim Dombrowski, AP McIntosh, and John Costa. Yeah. And now's your time. You're able to vote. Who did the best job of putting together a cohesive presentation that's viable, that will make it? That's your task right now. At this time, they're going to put in your chat the ability to put the poll. Who is your winner tonight? Who is your winner?
Actually not in chat, it's right on your screen.
Okay, those votes are rolling in. We're going to give it here about 15 more seconds. Go ahead and put your votes in. And we have it. Our winner this evening is Deborah Burns with Bloom. Deborah Burns with Bloom. Would you please give her a round of applause? Deborah just won a $200 Amazon gift card, and she also won 12 weeks with Dennis Tomlin personal coaching. You did it, Deborah. You are blooming. We're proud of you, but we are so proud of all of our other participants as well. And I am proud of all of you for sticking it out this evening. If you registered, your name is on a wheel. Uh-oh. It's that time for door prizes now.
Wow. All right. So, oh my goodness, what an exhilarating evening. Do you guys agree? I am here at the edge of my seat. I'm enjoying all of the presentations, and really, what a hard job to decide which one. All of our entrepreneurs this evening deserved like a standing ovation, right? I mean, I'm not going to stand up, but let's go ahead and give them another round of applause, please. What an amazing, amazing display of perseverance and hard work and dedication to be here and to share their dreams with all of us. I'd like to thank Nick and all of the mentors and all of the entrepreneurs, because this has been a magnificent evening, and especially Boom, Congratulations, Deborah and Bloom with Boom. Excuse me, Bloom with Deb. A while back, I heard that people don't regret the things they have done. Most people regret the things they didn't do. So I am very, very proud of thinking and coming to this time this evening when I know that all of the 6 entrepreneurs that presented tonight to us are one step closer because they showed up, they delivered, and now they're one step just that closer to their dream. So before we go into the second round or the second part of this evening, who wants door prizes? Go ahead and raise your hand, show excitement if you want door prizes. Again, if you completed the registration process, yes, all right. If you completed the registration process, we captured your names. We're gonna do this very quickly. We have 5 $10 gift certificates to your choice of Amazon or Starbucks. And then we have 2 $25 gift cards to BJ's. So let me share my screen very quickly. All your names have been entered. Can you see the wheel? Can everybody see the wheel? Somebody give me confirmation. Yes, thank you, Vicky.
Yes, we can see the wheel.
Okay, Richard, I hear you. All right, so let's go ahead. Hold on, I need to write this down to make sure that I capture every decision taking, because this is an important moment. Everybody say, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. I'm gonna
spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
Yes, thank you, everybody. First, $10 gift certificate, Starbucks or Amazon goes to Iwana. Iwana. Iwana, I need to know if you want Starbucks or and as we mentioned earlier, must be present to win. Must be present to win. So Iwana, please go ahead and tell us Starbucks or Amazon. Is she here?
I'm sure she is. Wait,
Amazon, okay, very good. And Iwana, we'll need your email address, please. Go ahead and send that to me. Next up, removing their name so that everybody else has a chance. Next goes to, please tell me that Donald Tolson is here. Is Donald here? Did Donald make it? Everybody goes like, whoa, what?
We went to the four corners.
Must be present to
Nope,
win.
he didn't make it.
Must be present to win. So next one, we're gonna roll quickly with this just because of time. Tina, I know Tina is here. Tina, Amazon or, yes, I see you, my friend. Amazon, all right, very good. And please also provide your email address. And Tina, maybe I added you twice. Yeah. All right. Everybody go spin the wheel, spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel.
Woo, woo, woo. Next, Amazon or Starbucks goes to Manny. Manny Kofi, are you here?
Don't see him. I think it might be Emmanuel, who is in one of my clubs, but I don't see him.
All right, going once. Going twice. All right, needs to be here to win. Next up, third card goes to Lori. Lori Richards.
Lori's on, I think I have a thing that says Lori's phone, so I'm assuming it's the same Lori.
All right, so we'll follow.
Yay.
That's her?
I think it is, yes.
All right, very good. So Amazon, okay, Lori, Amazon or Starbucks, please go ahead and put that on your chat box with the email address so we can keep going because we have a very interesting Q&A session coming up. Next up, Amazon, all right. Next up, Dwight. Dwight Dillon.
I am lucky and presently here.
Woo woo, present and accounted for. My friend, Amazon or Starbucks?
Amazon.
Amazon, and I
Thank
have your
you.
email. Yeah, one more.
Spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel. Everybody spin that, boom, boom, boom. All right, Josie, is she here? Please tell me she's here.
Yes.
Yay.
Amazon.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And Josie, go ahead and put your, go ahead and put your email address on the chat box, although I believe I have it just to be safe. So far, Iwana, Tina, Lori, Dwight, and Josie, they all win $10 gift cards to Amazon, their choice. Now, next up, we have 2 gift cards to BJ's, to $25, right, Nick?
Those gift cards are actually $50 each, Maria. $50 each to BJ's Restaurant and Brew House.
Say what? So it's $250. Let me fix this. Okay, BJ's. Okay, you guys ready? You guys are ready?
Ready. Spin that wheel.
Go,
$50. Oh my goodness, that would be awesome for Father's Day weekend or any weekend for that matter. All right, kid. Oh my goodness, Corey, Chongli. Corey, are you here? Corey, please respond in the chat box. Somebody, can you confirm if is Corey still in
I do not see Corey on the list.
All right, everybody goes, must be present to win. Two lucky winners are still in the run. Everybody's here available for winning this one. Ooh. Matthew, Jenny, are you here? Please respond to claim your prize.
No one by that name.
Everybody goes, wah, wah, wah. All right, 2 $50 gift cards are still available. Kathy.
Yes, I'm here.
Yay!
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right, Kathy, I think I have your email, but if you would please add it on the chat box just for safety. That way we make sure we get this gift card to you. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 more gift card to BJ's coming up to...
Spin the wheel.
Amber. Is Amber here?
I see no one registered for that name.
No, sorry. All right.
There's an Amber.
Let me shuffle.
Wait a minute.
There's an Amber. There's an Amber.
It starts with guest. Amber is here. My mistake.
Bum, ba, ba.
All right, so that is Amber Chang. Yes, Amber. Congratulations, Amber. You just won the second gift card, the $50 gift card to BJ's, and we will make sure we get that to you. Make sure that you write your email address and other details on the chat box for us. All right, guys, remember, you're never too old to dream a new dream or to set a new goal. So at this point, we'll turn it over to our hostess for the Q&A portion of this evening, and that will be Sally Sharp. Everybody help me welcome Sal.
Good evening, fellow guests. This is your turn to participate in our Toast Tank event. We are going to have questions and answers. We're going to ask you if you can please keep your questions if you're giving it personally, and the respondents also the answers to 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm going to let our timer briefly explain how she will signal that to you. Timer, could you please signal?
She is having audio problems, so she is visual only. So I am trying
Okay,
to.
I will do it. She will give you a signal, a green signal for 1 minute, a yellow signal for 1.5, a red signal for 2, and we ask you if you could end your sentence there because we like to try and get everybody's questions in. We are going to invite questions to be typed in the chat or raise the virtual hands. We currently have 3 questions in place. If you have a preferred panelist to answer your question, please let me know when it is your turn. Our first question in came from Pim Parpat, our past district director. Her question is for Jeannie Powell. And the question is, could you please explain the difference between long-term care and extended care?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. We have long-term care would be considered something that is not associated with, okay, back up. Extended care is extending something that already happened, like if you were in the hospital and then you came home and you needed extended care. Long-term care might not have needed a hospitalization at the beginning of that. That is one way to look at it. Another way is it's possible that those terms are interchangeable.
Thank you, Jeannie. I believe if I have my chronicle order correct, our next question comes from Rita. Would you like to open your camera, give your question? And if you have a particular panelist in mind, please let us know.
Rita, you are muted if you are trying to speak. The Zoom term of the year.
I don't think that was me.
Okay, your hand is up, so I thought perhaps you had a question. Okay,
I see
Vicky
has her hand up.
Vicky,
No.
would you like to ask a question?
She lowered
No?
it, so Fred now has his hand
Fred,
up.
do you have a question for the panel? If so, which panel member or you as the panelist want to speak and offer some advice?
I actually have a question for AP.
Very good. AP, are you ready for your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
How did you manage to get all those, I guess, leads organically? Because that's something that's not easy to do. So like what steps did you take basically, and what organic methods did you use?
For our organic growth, great question, Brandon. Thank you for that. For our organic growth, one thing that we found really helpful was really getting into content marketing. One of our biggest drivers for it was actually TikTok. Kels Praise. People love to see videos of, us explaining MCAT concepts or just doing some silly stuff on TikTok or just talking about the app in general on TikTok. We also do use Instagram as well to show off our images that are included in the app and just also have other sorts of tidbits and explanations that pre-meds would find helpful. So content marketing over a long period of time really helps.
Thank you, AP, for that wonderful example. My daughter is actually sitting her MCAT tomorrow. Any other questions? Please raise your virtual hands, or if you prefer to be silent, post it in the chat, and I will read out the question for you.
Edith has her hand raised.
Edith. Edith is a panelist, so you can ask Edith questions too. Her field of expertise is public relations. Edith, please go with your question.
I wish my expertise was public relations, but I need Maria for that. My expertise is in leadership and business development. And my question is for John Costa. John, you asked at the end of your presentation for $750,000, and you stated very well, what do you need that money for? By the way, impressive presentation from all presenters and mentors. You also did a great job. I was fascinated by many of the presentations. John, yours is really about innovation with learning, which is one of my passions. And my question is, if you are to find the $750 investment from anyone, it was hard for me to understand how you plan to return that investment to a possible investor, and in exchange of what? In a Shark Tank, they would ask you, what do you want in exchange of that? Would you be open to share that?
Oh, sure. Typically, when an investment like that comes in, I'm looking for a seed round. I think we're kind of past the friends and family size. And I'm looking to share a piece of the business. So it would be a percentage of business or revenues for a period of time. I'm also open to the idea of co-founders who would have a long-term stake in the organization and would be able to fill a couple of those roles that I was looking for. So there's a couple of ways we could do it. We could go with co-founders who would invest time and energy, and then the returns would come from increased business, or money would allow us to hire and build out the growth strategy that we're kind of working on, and then get money back to the investors that way.
So in return of a percentage of business or co-founder. Thank you. I appreciate your answer.
Thank you, John. Any other questions from the floor? Okay, I have a question, and this question is open to all of our mentors. Would any mentor like to share for us the greatest strength they saw in their mentee, and perhaps the single most valuable thing they could do to improve as an entrepreneur?
Oh,
Kathy.
yes, ma'am. I did not know Kim Dabrowski before we started this journey together. But having spent these last few days, I have learned that this is a woman of tenacity and perseverance. I hope those are not redundant. But when she puts her mind to something, she is going to go for it, and she is going to succeed. And what was the second part of your question? I'm sorry.
The question was, what is her greatest strength, and what would be the single most valuable thing for her to do at this point to ensure her success as an entrepreneur?
She's going to just have to put her marketing skills together. This is where she could use advertising, her social media strengths. I don't know if she has that. I do not know at that point. The whole basis right here was just getting this to this point. But I believe the marketing and getting her name out there, because she is just now starting. She has been for the last 6 months, and in fact, I believe she donated some things for the conference. But it's just getting her name out there, social media, just like anything else. Madam Questionnaire. Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, Kathy. And I have a question from the chat. Josie Kennedy, this is a question for you, Nick. When is our next Shark Tank event?
Oh, what a wonderful question. I believe that is going to be up to you all. This is organic, as many other things are that we've discussed this evening. With the momentum that we have, people see the value here. Haven't you had a wonderful evening? Don't you see how those in your local club, those in your area, those in your division, those here in the district, those in the region, and even internationally can benefit from Toast Tank? Now's our time to be able to help you achieve Toast Tank in your setting. Of course, I hope that we'll be able to do it at the district level again if we're invited to. However, you can do this at your club, impact your community, and I'm committed to helping you make that happen. So I appreciate that question. So the answer is yes. It may not look like this, but it will happen again. And I hope over and over and over again. Thank you so much.
I see Dennis
Thank
has
you,
his
Nick.
hand up.
Yes, I'd just like to mention I have to hand back the platform at 9:55. So Dennis, over to you.
Thank you so much for that last question. As having an opportunity to be a mentor and to work with all of the other mentors and Nick and the whole entire team, this has really been an organic kind of growth in many ways. And it's up to each of us to learn from the people that we've worked with and to pass this experience on to the other clubs, to other people, to let them know that something like this is available. And what better way to market for each other and to build that. One of the questions asked by AP was, how did you get so many followers? Well, what better way to learn than to learn from one another in a platform like this, where we can learn who does TikTok reach, or who does Facebook, or how can we share this knowledge general around with one another. So really pass the word amongst all your clubs and visitors, and let's build Nick's dream up of really making this not a one and done, but one in many, and let it truly make a difference in the world.
And thank you very much for that, Dennis. You have actually answered Fred Bergerman's question, which is, can we share this with other districts? And absolutely, we are hoping this is going to catch on everywhere. And with that, I will return the platform to Maria. Thank you.
Thank you, Sal. And thank you for all of you who post questions and those of you who answer questions. This is just a little nugget of all the wisdom and all of the experience that is right here in District 84. I would like to encourage you all to continue the conversation. Let's keep encouraging one another. Let's keep supporting one another. Several of the entrepreneurs have asked for feedback. If you guys want to put your emails on the chat box, that way we can all email to you. Please, let's go ahead and do that. And I say to Paula Suma, our incoming district director, let's schedule the next Toast Tank and let's get this going, because I believe that entrepreneurship is universal and we would all enjoy the presentations as well as building our own entrepreneurs. Now, as we start to wrap up this evening, I have to say that I have enjoyed this year tremendously. You guys know I love everything that we have accomplished this year. I encourage you all to continue to support our PR efforts, whether it's YouTube, Synergy the newsletter, Synergy the podcast, all of our Facebook and social media efforts. Please subscribe, follow. These are labors of love. You all know that. And everything we do is for our members in support of the district's mission, as well as non-members and those that might be intrigued. Share our contact with them, because we know that we have something very special here in District 84. Now, for us to wrap up, I would like to bring up to the virtual lectern Debbie Jo Londono, our district director, the woman who chose me and believed in me a few years ago to be the public relations manager this year. Paula, thank you. I'm looking at your comment. Thank you so much for your support, as well as Vicky. Tonight is our official last meeting as a quad. We're now wrapping up and setting up the foundation for the upcoming year. And we all know you have our support, and we know we're going to continue to raise the bar. And with that being said, let's bring over to the virtual lectern the woman that raised the bar so high that we are going to continue to achieve and excel all expectations. Please help me welcome our district director, our beloved Debbie Jo Londono.
Oh, Maria, it has been such a wonderful year with you on the team, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I had such high expectations for this event, and wow, I was not disappointed. Nick You are a superstar, and thank you for believing in this and all your hard work to bring this to fruition. Congratulations to all the winners, to all the presenters, because you are all winners. I'm so inspired. I can't tell you. I'm ready to go get some Tupperware, put a Bible in it, give them out while I coach people on buying insurance, while encouraging my kids to go to medical school and have access to interactive learning. Oh, you're that inspiring. So congratulations to all. I'm going to drop a link to a evaluation form in chat. Please fill out the form. We value your feedback very highly. You are all such a blessing to this district. It has been a pleasure serving you, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you.
Woo-hoo, Debbie Show.
Thank you, Debbie. All right, my friends. Nick, we have 2 minutes on the clock. Do you have any final comments? Otherwise, boom.
My comment is, let's keep it going. Thank you for being here. Please fill out that form that Miss Debbie Joe just dropped in that chat, because feedback is the heart of the Toastmasters experience, right? We need feedback. And in fact, our Toast Tank team is not done tonight. We're meeting again on Sunday to determine what went well, maybe things we should change for upcoming events. It's important for us to be able to do that right now while everything is still up here, instead of waiting until the next one. So that form is vital for the continuation of Toast Tank. Fill it out, please. And with that, I want to say thank you again. You believed in my dream, and I appreciate you believing in everyone else's dream. A lot of people may say that, again, I might be crazy or naive for believing in other people all the time, but we've got to. The world needs positive encouragement. And through forums like this, it's possible for us to invest in others, not just with money, but with time and with the skills needed for us to succeed in today's marketplace. In our ever-changing world, communication's vital. Technology is vital. But at the end of the day, one-on-one communication skills always take the top game. With that, I say good night and thank you for coming to the first ever Toast Tank. Goodbye.